Mr. Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, we live our lives chronologically, but we remember them like a frontier quilt. One memory sewn onto another in cascading waves of color and texture. When we think of a quilt, we notice it's symmetrical, orderly, but that's not what quilts were like in the days of yesteryear. When much of the United States was merely farmland and families wasted nothing, quilts were made from a variety of fabrics. A christening gown, an old sock, an outgrown pair of dungarees. Sewn together, these patchwork blankets were a mainstay in the home, often passed down from grandparent to grandchild, mother to son, father to daughter. They became a living history of the family. At bedtime, mothers would run their fingers over the flowery fabric and recall the story about the dress she wore the day she met Daddy. The child would point to another and a different story, one about a wagon train and the long ride out west would emerge. In the same way, our memories flow, one leading to another, in an unstructured, seemingly unordered way. Yet our stories are as individual and as beautiful as those frontier quilts. The fabric painted a picture. It told a story. It joined together the past and the present. And as new fabric was stitched onto the old, it became part of the future, to be cherished as long as the quilt survived. Today, our stories are not told to us over candlelight triggered by fabric memories. Today, our stories are in unorganized heaps in plastic boxes, tucked away in some dark closet, on our electric devices, or worse, lost forever in the computer crash of 2005. But it doesn't need to be like that. We can create our own quilts, one story at a time. We can write our memoirs in the same seemingly unorganized way, and it will still be as beautiful as that frontier quilt. Imagine your favorite photograph. Close your eyes and relive it. Remember the laughter of the children as they run through the waves on a blistery winter's day. Dressed in sweatshirts, they hunt for seashells and look for dolphins swimming in the distance, while the splash of salt water tickles your lips. This is the first memory for your quilt. Recall every sensory detail. The cool temperature, the gritty sand, the noisy seagulls fighting over French fries. There are 5 senses, leave none of them out. The smell of the grill, the taste of the lemonade, the warmth of hugs, the sound of a young voice, building a sandcastle like a general ordering his soldiers to prepare for battle. Fill that bucket with water. Now fill it with sand. To the top, to the top. Turn it upside down. Careful. Don't let it break. Gentle, Mom. You did it. Good job. He smiles and taps my head with his sandy hand. Me too, his brother orders. Over here. Mine will be bigger. No, the waves. Mom, the water is too close. It's going to fall. I shrug my shoulders. We will just have to make a new one, I say as I cup his chin in my hand and smile at his snaggletooth grin. It'll be better next time. Look, there's one over there. He shouts and races to an abandoned fortress. I'm King Kong, he hollers and beats his chest before stomping all over the crumbling cylinders. I'm Godzilla, the general yells as he too tramples on the remaining turrets. Look at the picture again. It's the first square in your quilt. Write your story. It doesn't need to be the very first memory. It only needs to be the first one you choose. Add on to the square with another memory. The next memory can be as near or as far from the previous one. Order doesn't matter in a frontier quilt memoir. Like the quilts of long ago, it's the fabric that sends you back until you search for another memory to stitch onto your very own living history. You are the creator of your very own frontier memoir. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And it's now 5 minutes.